The latest, one of the last two that have actually come over into the Western area, one is yoga, which is demonic from the start. The very name yoga means union with God. And the purpose of it is that it is a spiritual, physical exercise designed to put you spiritually and physically in contact with the God of the Hindus. Right? Very easy to figure out. If you can find an instructor manual, it will tell you the whole purpose of yoga is to open the 7 chakras, and which are basically spiritual nerve centers in the human body and connected with the human spirit. And you develop each one all the way up, and whenever you get to the 5th one, they will warn you. They advise you not to open anything beyond the 5th chakra, because when you do, they will tell you they do not take responsibility for it, because going from the 5th, the 6th, and the 7th chakra, the design is to totally open you up so that you have an enlightenment experience with God. They say sometimes you get enlightened, sometimes you lose your mind. That's the potential. And they can't tell what it's going to be because they say it's based on you. And so just for the fact that people continue doing that and claim to be Christian and that it's carried on in Christian churches is ridiculous. Right? It just shows how stupid the church and the level of ministry has become. Right? It is dangerous. It is. Most of the Eastern religions had their entrance into Western thought by way of the Beatles in the 60s. They opened the door for it, and it flooded in. Now, it had been coming in before that in trickles, but they made it acceptable and basically just started trying to say it's all about peace and love, and it's not. It's a Trojan horse designed to lead people into bondage, and that's what it does. Yoga does that all the way through. All the yoga positions are, they call them animal positions and different things that you do, but they are all prayer positions dedicated to a demon. And when you do them, demons recognize your position, and that demon comes to empower you to open your chakras. That's what happens. And that's the same thing that happens in martial arts. In martial arts, the deception in martial arts is that you think you're getting better and that you start reaching a level where you can do things that are beyond human physical ability. But you think it's because you are training yourself, and in reality what you're doing is you are entering in the spirit realm illegally, and you begin doing things that are spiritual. I want to emphasize, I'm not some rabid fundamentalist preacher that just read a book on this, right? I have over 30 years experience in what I'm talking about. I did things that it was impossible to do physically. And I did them because of my training in the martial arts. The whole purpose of the martial arts is to train your spirit so that your body will do whatever you tell it to do. That's why you can break boards, you can break bricks. Why? Because you're not hitting them with your flesh. You're hitting them with your spirit. That's what breaks them. Now, just as we put out a hand on someone to release the spirit into them, whenever you smash a board or a brick with your fist, it has the same effect. You're actually touching it, but it's not the force. They have actually measured the force of a punch, and physiologically it could not break a brick, yet the brick breaks. So physically it's impossible. Now, there are people that can hit hard enough to break a brick or a board, but I'm saying they have measured that the ones that do the greatest breaking exercises and demonstrations are not hitting with mere physical force. It is spiritual. You are being empowered by a demon the exact same way that the Holy Spirit empowers a Christian. So, there is no such thing as a Christian martial art instructor. There is no such thing as Christian martial arts. There's no such thing as a Christian martial art association. That is all farce.